Hello everyone, Ace here, and today let's talk a little bit more about short Fat Otaku, who has chosen to continue to try to lie his way out, rather than admit defeat. Not exactly much of a surprise, but nevertheless a golden opportunity to humiliate him further. This latest example comes from a recent Archcast stream, in which Dev was a co-host along with Lum, and some of the viewers inevitably turned the conversation towards yours truly. Now, I should mention the conversation over me and my videos on Dev is actually in two separate segments of the stream, thanks specifically to multiple super chats. The first part is basically Dev going over the whole situation from his point of view, taking a lot of the same arguments that we have already seen. What I'd like to talk more specifically about, however, comes from the second segment during the stream, which is his response to people pointing out the fact that I keep providing receipts of him saying and arguing all of the ridiculous things that he says and argues. So considering that I keep providing the receipts over and over and over again, what counter-argument does Dev provide? Well, he tries to claim that I take him out of context, presumably in the hope that Lum and the rest of the audience don't bother to actually check, and instead simply take him at his word for it.
Sujad? Oh well, you're now Sujad. For 5, Ace's 1918 video on Dev are the worst performing videos, and he provides evidence such as tweet threads and videos where you damn yourself.
Yeah, okay, sure. I mean, here's the thing, right? And Lumi, you know this very well because it's happened probably to you. It's definitely happened to people that you know, and you've seen it happen to people before. People always take stream clips out of context. They always assume the worst when it comes to any sort of take given in the moment. Like, there's 1,000 different ways to be bad faith towards someone on the internet.
Yeah. That's why it's like, because we cover VTuber drama and stuff on my podcast. And I always tell people, if you're going to take screenshots of Discord DMs, I don't care how cringe it is, take a screenshot of the whole goddamn page. I don't want anything left out.
Include the entire conversation.
Mercenary X21 for 5.
Now, longtime viewers already know exactly what is wrong with what Dev is claiming here, but in case you happen to be new to the channel, the simple fact of the matter is that I do provide the entire context consistently, especially when it comes to Dev. I constantly provide entire Twitter threads in a singular screenshot, such as, to use one example I love bringing up constantly, that one time I got Dev to openly admit that he believes that the FBI committing election fraud to help Biden win is perfectly forgivable, but the Eastman memo somehow makes Trump utterly irredeemable. The thread in question begins with Dev stating, quote, "C at not V at T Archcast. This is what I mean by Dev Derangement Syndrome. It absolutely exists. People are out here creating fake lore about me because they're too incompetent and too brain-rotted to deal with my actual stated positions. I was never pro-lockdown." To which V responds by stating, quote, "You'd vote for Biden who was pro-lockdowns." Dev responds by stating, quote, "Yes, because there is not a perfect candidate who does all the things I want and none of the things I don't." Clown Worldsman responds by stating, quote, "The vax mandates and lockdowns weren't just imperfect, they were evil." Dev responds by stating, quote, "So was trying to steal an election, which is why I would not support Trump." I respond by stating, quote, "Hey, remember when you admitted the FBI was trying to steal the election in favor of Biden, but tried to defend the integrity of the election by saying the attempt failed? Why are you defending the Biden presidency now?" For additional context, allow me to read now the tweet from Dev that I quoted in that last tweet, where Dev states, quote, "No, my argument is that the attempt to mess with the election failed, so the election is still legitimate. We're not talking about if the FBI is innocent, we're talking about if the election is legitimate or not. And for that conversation, yes, their success matters." For even more additional context, I should mention that Dev said these these things in a discussion over the Hunter Biden laptop story being suppressed by the FBI, deliberately lying to various social media companies that it was just Russian propaganda, which itself is an example of election manipulation via misinformation, as I've already explained in my previous video on the subject. Point is, back when Dev made these tweets, he openly admitted that he believed that Biden did in fact try to steal the election. And with all of that in mind, let's go back to the original Twitter thread and pick up where we left off now, shall we? As Clown World's man responds to the new information by stating, quote, "Now wait a minute, you mean just last year you told him about corrupt behavior from a very important government agency and he accepted it, but then memory hold it and continues to this day defending the government against arguments that is corrupt with any cope possible. Woo." Clown World's man follows up by stating, "Thanks for that, Ace. I won't go into detail, but that one drive-by post was very insightful given the discussion happening over the last few weeks and what I've seen. This is just a what if you had breakfast this morning problem with a different IQ threshold. Waste of time." To this, Dev responds by stating, quote, "The court has indeed found that the FBI overstepped its authority in its dealings with Twitter." To which I respond by stating, quote, "Indeed, and in favor of Biden, no less. So then the question becomes, why are you defending the Biden presidency with whataboutism fallacies, and especially when you yourself admit the whataboutism in question is also something the Biden camp has done on top of other evil stuff?" To which Dev responds by stating, "Because when Biden does something good, I'm still going to call it good?" To which I respond with, quote, "So your entire argument is that you think Biden has done more evil than Trump due to Biden both trying to steal and election and the vax mandates, but has also done more good than Trump. This is the second time I've asked you to provide examples of the good, and here is the first." To which, of course, I link myself asking him the previous time. Of course, at this point, Dev does what he always does when faced with a response that he can't actually counter, and decides to run for the hills and pretend that my reply does not exist, which is why that is where this particular tweet thread ends. As you can see, I provide the entire Twitter thread verbatim in a singular screenshot. And this is apparently, according to Dev, me not providing the full context and me taking him out of context and being bad faith as well. Dev also argues that me taking clips from his live streams is also taking him out of context, despite the fact that I provide the entire context by showing the entire portion of that particular stream where he makes that argument from beginning to end. For perhaps the most notable example, that one stream where Dev tried to argue that you shouldn't ban PDF files for behavior off of your server, even if that behavior includes actively grooming kids. Yeah, I actually provided that full segment in a previous video. And I'll provide it once again here since Dev has given me such a golden opportunity by accusing me of taking him out of context.
Which is why I think that, like, despite Kirsch not being a leftist, this entire how this whole thing played out is very lefty. It's very fucking lefty. Lots of purity spiraling, lots of cancel culture bullshit, lots of you must reject this person to remain good, lots of bullshit like that. And I just like I'm just not going to be fucking part of it. Yeah, the woke right. It's this. Yeah, of course it is the fucking woke right. Oh, we got to hydrate. Thank you. Wait, Arch is talking to Adam something? What do you mean? Arafat, what are you talking about? If one of your users/members tries to approach minors off your platform, I am sure you would not let them stay in your server or community. I'm not sure. I would want it reported to the police, because the proper domain for that's the courts. But, like, if they're not doing it in my space, I just don't fucking care. Hold on a second. I do want to see what Arch... Oh yeah, Arch is doing the Adam something thing. Right. Okay. Maybe I'll rate him after we're done. It's always good to rate Arch. Arch is a good guy. If I knew for sure that someone on my server was trying to diddle kids, then I'd ban them like 100%. Yeah, but like, off your server though? Hey, Dev, what's up? Hey, Holznader, what's up? Like, if none of it was happening in your spaces, it just, I don't know. It feels wrong to me. It's like a jurisdiction thing, you know? Like if someone does something bad somewhere else, why am I responsible for this? And the answer is just I'm not. Dev had to leave to piss because you doesn't know how people pee by dappers on stream. Fuck you. That was supposed to be a softball. Listen, I'm talking about principles here, buddy. No, I'm gonna get your hand. Yeah, because like if someone shot a puppy, would Dev ban them? Like you start to hit if you start to ban people for things they've done outside of your community, you start to hit these moments where it's like, okay, now that we've opened the door, now we are going to ban people for things that happen outside your community. So where's the line drawn? All right. Do we ban puppy shooters? I don't know. Maybe. Do we ban people who run gay ops in other communities completely far away from yours? I don't know. To me, I feel like to be banned from a community, you have to break the rules of that community. You know what I mean? For crimes, I think it's okay. Yeah, but even then, like, if someone's a petty thief, you know, they shoplifted, right? They shoplifted from a grocery store, brought some food home. Are you banning them? DUI banned? Ban the pores. Ban all the pores. What if it was a mod? I don't know, man. They were a mod and a semi-friend of yours. No, I know that, but still, the logic still applies. The logic still applies, in my opinion. Like, I'm not going to police what any of my mods do in other people's communities, right? Like, if one of my current mods turns around and is like, hey, so I'm running gay ops over in, like, some other YouTuber's community, I'll be like, well, you're retarded, but okay, I don't care. Don't bring it to me. All right, go away. I don't want to be stuck fucking dealing with everyone. I don't want to be stuck dealing with everyone's skeletons in their closet. It's just none of my business. Naxalis says, I'm running gay ops in some other YouTubers community, just so you know. Dev confirmed NIMBY? Yeah, basically. Not in my fucking backyard. Yep, that's how I view it. That's your problem kind of deal. Yeah. If my mods are making a problem in your community, go fucking deal with them yourself. None of my business. Actually, I think that's a good way. I think that's a good way to phrase it. People are confusing banning somebody from a community and dealing justice. Banning somebody off a community is logistical. You're not dealing some sort of justice. I think that's true. Yeah, because you're banning someone who broke the rules, and so they're disrupting your community. But you're not like enacting justice here. Justice is for the legal system. You're simply like cleaning out the riffraff, basically. Even then, Ethan Rogers, like, I don't take responsibility for my friend's actions. No, I don't. I just don't agree with that. Okay. Articles, guys? Do you want to? I think you do.
So as you can see, providing the entire segment of a stream where Dev argues something, from the very beginning of that argument to the very end of that argument, is still, according to Dev, taking him out of context. And providing the full conversation is, in Dev's eyes, not providing the full conversation. And if you believe that Dev's reasoning does not make sense in any way whatsoever, that he can't possibly believe that providing the full context is not providing the full context, well, you're just accusing accusing dev of being bad faith at that point, and we can't have that now, can we? So yeah, the claim that all of my receipts are just taking dev out of context, that's a bold-faced lie. A bold-faced lie that dev is absolutely desperate to get people to believe. But hey, every time dev tries to make such false claims, well, that just gives me yet another golden opportunity to counter said claims. And the end result, well, I think we all know exactly how that has been going for dev in these past few months now, don't we? On that subject, for those curious, I will of course be providing links in the description below to the previous dev videos I have made, in which I provided the aforementioned receipts found in this video, so you can check them out for yourself if you should so desire. These videos also provide links to the original sources, so you can check them out that way too, again, if you should so desire. But in any case, this has been Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.